But no, marine phytoplankton, a lot of people always talk about what's at the top of the food chain. We never talk about the foundation of the food chain. Like the apex, the capstone of the pyramid is dope. Wow. But it ain't nothing without that base. So what is the base of the entire food chain on the planet? It is marine phytoplankton. We all know that we breathe in oxygen. We know that's necessary. We think
that's from the trees.
That's what we think. We only get about 20% from.
Nah, you lying. 20%?
20, bro.
From the trees?
20, like a tip at a restaurant.
Brother, that's
20%.
Brother, I've been lied to that much. Nah, so where the other 80% come from, KT?
Between 70 and 80% comes from the marine phytoplankton. Because you got to think about it. The world is really, we think that the world is Earth with some pockets of water.
No. It's water with pockets of Earth.
Exactly.
Right.
A couple little dirt piles
That's
here
facts.
and there.
Like our bodies.
So all these oceans contain sea life. So what has the greatest surface area? The ocean does. So the marine phytoplankton is the photosynthesizer. This is the thing that pretty much sustains the entire food web on this planet. One of the largest mammal on this planet is the blue whale.
Facts.
And that's what he eats.
That's what he eats.
Willie.
Being good.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One of the most prized components that you can find on this planet right now is actually the dung of a blue whale. They call it ambergris.
Yeah?
The dung. What do you think that dung is composed of? If it's eating phytoplankton. So, you know.
And that's a prized possession that it.
Oh yeah, they search for ambergris all over the planet. Like they got boats out searching for that stuff. You find yourself a good little, I'm talking about, you find some ambergris this big, you well off.
Yeah.
Buy yourself a house.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
It's better than gold, better than all of that. Platinum.
The kicker is what they use it for though.
Diamonds.
What they use it for? Oracle, what they use it for, Oracle?
You'd never guess.
What?
Perfume.
Perfume?
It's in a lot of
luxury perfume.
Yeah, a lot of the
So
perfume.
that little number 5 you like to spray?
I don't get it.
Probably
Like,
got amber.
how does that turn into?
They in the process it. They process because it's a collection of molecular components. You get down into terpenes and aromatics and things like that. So once they run it through their machines and process it, they're able to utilize that in order to make a more efficient perfume, better smell, better scent. Because remember, we use pheromones. You know, you see a woman walk by, yeah, you like how she looks, but if you run up on her and the pheromones ain't right, I don't care how good she looks.
It's off. It's a no-go.
And a woman could look average, but if that
her pheromones is on point,
pump,
you like, damn, there's something about us. You be like, God damn. You be like, yo.
You look past
You
it.
look past. You be like, nah, there's something about her right there. You be like,
and what you think the ambergris, that's
We out here seeing
all about
pheromones
pheromones and perfumes.
the tender pheromone.
So phytoplankton has, you know, I've read that it has over 185 nutritional components in there.
Dang.
185. We're talking about ATP, GTP, iodine, about 5 or 6 different carotenoids, zinc, and then the omega-3s, which is a big problem when we deal with veganism. You know, because they're like, oh, you got to do the fish oil. Well, who do you think the fish get it from? They get it from eating the algae. But one of the best sources of those omega-3s, whether you talking the docosahexaenoic acid or docosapentaenoic acid, DHA, EPA, it's gonna end up being that phytoplankton. So yeah, I've been researching it, studying it for a little bit, and when I got my hands on it, I decided to share it with the community. Gave some to my mama, she loved it. Gave some to you, you loved it, and everybody I give it to. Like I had a brother come to the engagement that I did back on the 10th when I was speaking at St. Francis. He suffered from a stroke. He suffered from a stroke. His left side, his left butt cheek, all the way down his thigh to his leg was numb. Like he was able to use it again after the stroke, but it was numb. It was like no feeling. He said he took that phytoplankton, he got all his feeling back.
We can really just
So
say.
you're telling him, you're explaining to him that what happened was the electrical voltage in the cell was increased.
Increased, and his redox increased, which is another way of saying the voltage. He was able to sleep. That was something that he expressed to me with a lot of passion. Was that, brother, you don't understand how hard it was for me to sleep.
So, KT, let me ask you this. We're talking about health and we're talking about electrical voltage.
Okay.
Sometimes people that are passionate, are they able to get away with more things than people who aren't passionate as far as their diet is concerned? Because say I eat McDonald's, I got a diet of McDonald's every other day. Say I'm a rapper, I eat McDonald's every other day. I'm fast food, takeout, whatever. But I'm just so passionate about getting that paper. I got more energy than a vegan. Because I'm just so passionate about getting it. Is that the electrical charge in me that's, going beyond whatever my diet is that's allowing me to move the way I move?
More stimulation.
More stimulation, stamina, and all of that?
It's more of a, where you're being stimulated.
Because there's plenty of hustlers out there on the street, diet's horrible, but they hustle like a motherfucker.
Oh yeah, they hustle.
Like
They hustle like a mug. They hustle
enthusiastic. They got all the traits that we look for.
Right. But then one day you look on Instagram, and everybody talking about send your best wishes to, whether they in the hospital or they done checked out.
Good
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Straight out.
See, it's almost like 5-hour energy drink and Red Bull. See, you could either be a Boeing 747 or you could be a rocket. See, a rocket blasts right off, drops all its weight, goes up to the highest point, and what does it do after that? It nosedives right into the ocean. Done. A Boeing 747, it takes off, it keeps inclined, it takes its time, and then it plateaus, it levels off, and that thing can go from one coast to the other coast carrying 100, 200 people on it.
That's facts.
You see what I'm saying? So I hear this all the time. Yeah, people be getting it. People be hustling. Do you see how these people look who are hustling? They look dead.
Not all of them. I know.
The ones I see look dead.
I know
they look dead or they smell dead. And they don't last long. It ain't about, how much are you doing in this short stint of time. It's about being able to last the test of time. Like I know when I was younger, one of the stories that stood out to me was the tortoise and the hare. I used to love that story.
Aesop fable.
Yes. Everybody always running with the rabbits and the hares because they know how to bounce. They fast, they quick, they cunning. But the turtle is slow and steady. He got the shell. He's not as much as a showman. So, he don't attract as much. That rabbit though, he thought he had it, so he decided to take his time and take a nap upon a tree. Yeah, man, I got this in the bag. And that turtle moseyed on by. So it's about longevity and consistency. That's what matters. So a lot of these people, they hustle hard, they go hard in the paint, but for how long? And really, what are they hustling?
Marathon. It's a marathon.
You can't do that same hustle you doing it when you 20, when you 40, when you 60. You can't have your hat to the back and your pants sag down and you out on the corner at 70 years old. That's not gonna work. See, the tortoise at 20 is planning for 70. So at 70 years old, he can have the maturity and wisdom as a 70 years old and still look like he's 20. That's the difference.
I just wanted to start with that family because it's just such an amazing product. I've been taking it, my son, my girl been taking it, so I just wanted to start it with that.
Where do you get it at?
Oh, tell them, KT, what do you...
KTthearchdegree.net. That is KTthearchdegree.net. That is the website. If you want further information on it, you can go on YouTube. I got videos on my channel, KT the Arch Degree. You'll also find it on my Instagram. I have posts on it, so you can get information. But y'all can look it up as well. Now, just to add, because you're gonna have the ugly old trolls living under the bridge. Got them cats that's gonna slide up in the DMs and all of that, talking crazy. So let me say this about y'all.
I can't help it. I can't.
Yeah.
I just be honest.
He's just gonna be honest. He's just not gonna, like, this wouldn't have came up. He's not gonna talk bad about me. He ain't gonna bring it up at all.
Right.
You know, and then another one, my mother, which I always give this story, where when I was younger, because these two cats, trying to keep up with these two cats right here, they're artisans, right? So they had the pencil sketch game down, the color, the markers, all that. They were stupid with the so you know
the comic book covers.
The comic book covers, and then they would create their own comics.
They would draw them like, and after they would draw the comic book cover, you would think it was a Xerox copy.
Of the comic.
It was
crazy, yo.
I
Them dudes.
100% facsimile of, you know,
the comic.
So I would look up to them and be like, I could do that.
Yeah.
So I started up, right? So then I would come to my mom with the picture, like, hey, mom, pow, look at what I got. Look what I drew. And my mom would be like,
Oh shit, you shot him down, Mama Pill?
No, this ain't a shoot down. This ain't a shoot down. It's called Here we go. That's constructive criticism.
No, I told them one of my best virtues is the truth.
That's right. The portion is not correct. If she had said, "Oh, that's beautiful, that's great, son," keep, you know what I mean? That's great. I probably would have stayed drawing just like that, but because she kept sending me back to the drawing board, said, "You did it too," because I'd come to you and show you pictures, you'd be like, "Where's her waist?" or something. Like, where the rest of it at?
But I struggled with that.
Yeah, but I'm saying, y'all were honest about it, because you did not want to sell me some pipe dream. So because I had to keep going back to the drawing board, finally I got better and better and better, and then they was able to continue to tell me the truth, be like, "That's great. You've gotten better. You got it. Keep going." So that being said, I know my mother's gonna tell me the truth. If I give her anything that I formulate, that I created, that I come upon, she's not just gonna just make me feel good about it, because that's not who she is. That's not how she was raised. That's not how she raised us. You know, so I'm here to tell the family that if y'all really want one of the most nutritionally dense foods that exist on this planet, then you will embark upon the voyage of marine phytoplankton. And my particular product is called Phyto-Omega-3 specifically.
Dope. Yeah, so yeah, man, so definitely make sure y'all go out and support KT, the arts degree.